It's that time of year where you're getting things ready for a new school year if you have kids. Well, getting your teen ready or your preteen isn't just about backpacks, supplies. It's also about boosting their mental health and confidence so they start the school year out on the right foot. That is the goal. Here with the emotional checklist for back to school is Jennifer Kitt. Jennifer, it's great to see you, CEO of the Kitt Institute, host of the nationally syndicated Power Her radio show. It's a pleasure to speak with you. And I'm interested myself, having a daughter who's 12. What is the way to do this? You say there's an emotional checklist?
Absolutely. Emotional health is mental health. Those two go hand in hand. So you want to make sure that you're helping your preteen and teen, first of all, build an emotional vocabulary. So Susan, fine, good, I'm straight,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Those are not feeling words. They are not feeling words. And our teens need to develop a granular, differentiated emotional vocabulary. I'm feeling discouraged. I'm anxious. I'm ecstatic. I'm afraid. We can help them build that kind of vocabulary, and it must happen so that we can move them away from these ambiguous terms and getting down to the nitty gritty of how they really feel.
How do you do that? Is it the way you ask the question maybe instead of saying, how was your day? Fine. How are you feeling? Good. Or describe how you're feeling maybe? Or do you literally list the words?
And those are such good questions. You want to help your preteen and teen feel their feelings. So teach them the skill of being able to check in with themselves throughout the day so that when you do get that after school conversation or that evening conversation, we have a vocabulary to use. So you want to encourage them to ask themselves, okay, it's lunchtime. How are you feeling around lunchtime? Or how did that test go? Were you anxious about it? Were you nervous? How did that presentation go? Did you nail it? Did you ace it? So you're giving them permission to check in throughout the school day. They are going through so much right now, and we have to begin to teach them on how to discover how they're feeling for themselves.
And Jennifer, as you're speaking, I'm kind of aligning what I will say to my daughter. Should you ask them maybe all at once after school, or should you kind of maybe, I don't know, if you're out to lunch on a Saturday, start there? Does it have to be all in one day, cramming it all in?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that, Susan. Absolutely not. Let's be frank, right? I don't want to talk all day, every day about how I feel either. Or sometimes when my husband asks me how was I day, I don't feel right, right? So at this point, I would prefer, and I think our teens would prefer, slowly but surely a conversation that begins and doesn't end. So yes, you're asking them when you're shopping, you're asking them when you're going out to lunch, you're talking to them maybe if they're not a morning person in the afternoon or evening. If they are a morning person, you want to greet them first thing. It's a continual conversation. And here's why. We are all feeling something throughout the day, every day, for our entire lives. And we want to normalize emotion conversations.
And I love that you say it's really about them getting to know themselves better, to maybe be cued into what they're feeling.
Yesterday was a crap day. I'm just going to say it out for me. And I was so angry about something. I had to literally walk around to calm down. And I can imagine teens today, post-COVID, with school up and down, with life going crazy, not knowing which way they're going to go, they've got a lot of feelings pent up. Discovering how we feel at every single moment gives us vital information as to what's going on in our lives. I knew why I was raging, and I was able to talk myself down because I had a clear understanding about what was going on with me. I know what ticks me off. Do your kids know that? Do you know that? That's why emotions have to be talked about so that we can discover who we are and what bothers us and what makes us happy and how we can be as human beings. I want this for teens so desperately, and parents have to help.
Jennifer, I wish I had you on speed dial. I'd be calling you a lot. This is truly valuable. I'll call you. Such great advice.
Definitely.
Jennifer Kitt, Power Her radio show. Thanks again.